That lasted about a day, 2 days maybe max, and then he started coming on again. And I sort of politely say, look, you need to plan your life for the next week without a car. You've got a vehicle, you're not stranded, plan your life without this car and leave me to get on with it. Today's video is sponsored by Vehicle Score. Now, Vehicle Score is a free vehicle checking service which you can visit by going to vehiclescore.co.uk. Put in your registration number and you will get a unique score to your car. A bit like a credit score, which you can compare yours to the ones in Vehicle Score's database for the average of that make and model. It gives you all sorts of free information such as a mileage history report, an estimated valuation, an estimated lifespan, an in-depth MOT report, performance data. There is so much on offer and it is completely free to use. But if you want more to make sure your vehicle you're buying hasn't got any hidden problems, then make sure you check out their paid check service. Their paid checks are some of the best value out there. They start from as little as a cup of coffee, and you can make sure the vehicle is free of finance. Make sure it hasn't been involved in any accident, so it's not been written off by an insurance company, so a category S or a category M vehicle. You make sure it's not been in a salvage auction, something that's not checked on some standard HPI searches. You're also making sure it's never been used as a taxi or imported or exported. The checks are some of the most thorough out there and at the best possible price, and it's even better because you get a discount for being a Car UK viewer. Simply use the promo code CARUK20 to get 20% off any of those paid checks. But remember, the basic service is completely free to use, so get yourself over to vehiclescore.co.uk or download their app today. Hi all, welcome back to the Car UK channel, and to here at my site here, the Car Pitch in Crewe, where I deal in cars under £5,000. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about some warranty issues that I have been having. In particular, one that has really annoyed me. Not because the customer's been particularly difficult, although we did get to give him a little bit of education on something when we're trying to get the car fixed because he wouldn't leave us alone. However, this was more to do with the fact that the car just keeps having one issue after another, and then when we fixed these issues, it developed a brand new issue on the ramp, which was nothing to do with the original fault. It just so happened to happen whilst it was in our care, and it's still under warranty, we need to fix it. Now, I think you know from those of you who watch regular which car I'm talking about, although there's a couple other claims we've had to deal with as well, which I'll touch on. Let's get ourselves outside. I'll show you the culprit, what's been going on with this vehicle. Okay, so here is the offending vehicle. Now, I've got the mics on at the moment with the old wind guard because it is extremely windy today on this lovely Sunday morning. What's been going on with this? Well, we mentioned this briefly on my last video you saw the other day, those of you eagle-eyed. Now, the backstory to this is a vehicle we sold now just 3 months ago now. 3 months ago, I took it in part exchange against I think it was an Astra Tourer we sold. And this vehicle came in and it didn't really put much of a fight in the prep side. It was prepped without any hassle. We sold it. And although I was warned by a few people and myself, I even warned myself that you have to be careful with these Mini Cooper S's, which is what this is. 1.6 petrol turbo engine. It's basically a Peugeot-derived engine that was used in Minis and also some of the fast Peugeots, which when it drives, when they run well, are superb, but they can have a wobble. And this one has had a bit of a wobble. So it's come back in under warranty, as I mentioned in a previous video, 2 months and 23 days into it, into a 3-month warranty that I give with this vehicle. I'll talk more about the warranties later on because I got a few questions about that, and some people being a little bit funny with me as though I'm trying to get around the warranty issue. Absolutely not at all. They obviously clearly don't watch the channel. I go far more past my warranties and I always look after people, so I won't stand for that for one moment. But anyway, the point being it needed fixing. But anyhow, it needed fixing, and it came in with, well, a couple of issues. One was a water leak, which was very minor, which we managed to sort out, and the other one was a small oil leak as well, which was dropping on the gentleman's driveway, which we need to rectify. Also, a boost pipe as well was leaking. That kept coming off. That was a brand new pipe as well, we'd fitted, and it kept breaking. So I thought, well, we bypassed that and we fixed that. We just put a new silicone pipe on, which I mentioned in the last video. But that was easy to fix. We sorted that out, no problem. We fixed the oil leak. That was a cooler problem, which we redone for him. And the water leak was basically coming out of one of the clips, hoses. It's what reattaching with a new clip hose. That was done. So that was easy. We did a bit fettly to get to because these have not got a lot of room to work on, but we managed to get it sorted. Once we got it sorted, we started it up the following morning to get it off the ramp to go back, and it decided to throw an engine light on and then decided to start playing up and sounding like a bag of spanners. So I'll quickly show you what it's doing. It may not do it now because it's very intermittent. We know what's wrong with it, so we know it's safe to start, although we're not really want to be giving it to the customer to drive, which is why it's been left in our care, because we're now going to have to fix it. But if I, there we we go, put that in there now. Push button on these, start this up. Currently, we have a light on, which will come flashing on in a second. Full engine power no longer available. Please continue journey, drive moderately. And as you can hear now, it's actually now doing it. Can you hear that noise? If you can hear that or not. There we go. It's starting to sound like an old Massey Ferguson. It's like an old diesel. We'll turn that off. It does it intermittently. I started up a few minutes ago and it wasn't doing it. But after around 30 seconds to a minute, it is basically sounding horrible and rattling its brains out. Now, what is the issue with it? What's the problem? Well, it is the two things. One is it'll need a new timing chain, but that's not really the main culprit. The main one, what's the issue, is one of the Vanos pulleys, which is a bit like it's a sprocket and said like a variable valve timing. Is basically packed up. It's starting to seize up. It's probably fallen apart, and that is a common thing that happens on some BMs and also mini engines like this one. They use a Vanos system. Now, to change that, really, what you have to do is just change the whole lot. Timing chain, all the pulleys, everything, do the whole lot, the whole kit. What you'll find as well on the minis is they're quite common for the chain stretching anyway, because of a Peugeot-derived engine. Anyone who's owned a 1.6 or 1.4207, 3008, something like that, one of the Citroen Peugeots, or even one of the other minis, might understand what I mean when they've had stretch timing chains. It throws up camshaft issues and stuff like that. So that all needs doing. The guides will probably be broken or on the way to being broke anyway, because they're common on these for going, get the whole lot done. A lot of a faff, but it needs doing, because if it gets driven like that, it's probably going to throw the timing out and you could end up destroying the engine, which is not good. So we need to get that fixed. And it happened, like I said, on our ramp, which is not the best of situations, but as someone rightly said in the comments, and a few of you said actually, and someone I agree with, at least it's happened now. Because if that had gone out and happened in 3 or 4 months' time, when it was out of my warranty period, out of my duty of care, and it done that, the customer will one would be peed off, and it would cost him a fortune to do. And if it happened during my care period as well, and it broke down and he'd driven it and destroyed the engine, I'd be putting an engine in it, and I don't want to do that. So at least it's done it now, so we can rectify it before it causes any major damage. So that now needs fixing. Yes, I know you'll be ruck of people in the comments now saying, I did warn you not to bother selling it, because I did say, should I go on with it or not, and I was umming and ahhing. But it got the better of me. It did have a good margin in it, so it's not like it's going to break the bank fixing it. But yeah, you're right. Maybe it wasn't the best of things to have done. Maybe I should have traded it on. But we are where we are now. It needs fixing. That's just one of those things. It takes a lot of time up, but it needs doing. But I've also got other warranty claims on the go as well. I've had a bit of a spell. I don't get many, but when I do get them, they always seem to come like buses, in pairs. Quickly show you this one, another warranty claim we're doing. This is by the way, it's Sunday, in case you're wondering, which is not a usual day we're open, and my mechanic is in as well, which is unusual for him. He's not usually on a Sunday, but he's earning some keep, because he's coming to do a little bit of overtime, earn a few quid, to sort this little C1 out. Is that a C1 or an IGO? C1, tell by the grill, it's a C1, which we sold. This has been a bit of a pain as well on the old warranty side. It's now currently having a clutch, which is a bit of a pain really. We had to go pick it up from, it was quite far away. He went on a bit of a trip yesterday down to the Midlands to get it. But the clutch has got a bit of a noisy thrust bearing, so we're going to put a clutch in that. We usually put clutches in these, but this one drove absolutely perfect when we sold it. It didn't have a high clutch pedal, didn't have any noises, it didn't have any issues with the, in 5th gear, we always try them in 5th gear, trying to make them slip and stuff, or if they're worn out, nothing at all. And the guy who actually we bought it off said he had a clutch done in it about 2 years ago. So really there wasn't any signs of any issue there. And anyway, since then it's done 600 miles and the clutch is gone. And that's just one of those things. You can't really see that happening. And they didn't give us any signs at all that it was going to go, because if it did, we would have done it straight away, because they're not difficult for us to do. Clutch is 50 quid and it's half a day to do it. So you just would do it in normal circumstances. But like I said, you can't win them all, and occasionally something like that will crop up. But there we are. So it has to be done. So he's sorting that out today as well. And that also threw up another issue as well during the warranty period, which was quite strange, because these usually IGOs, C1s, 107s, never give any problems. This one has given a few, which is a bit rare, but it's been fixed anyway. I think it had a camshaft position sensor issue and on one of the pulleys, but we fixed that remotely. The guy took it to a garage and we just got it sorted as well. So it's been great, and just one of those things. But yeah, rare to see an IGO on our ramps under warranty, or C1, very rare. Yeah, so anyway, we'll get on with those today. That's why I'm in on a Sunday, because because I've got to manage them out. So I'm going on holiday tomorrow, which by the time you've seen this, I'm already on holiday and probably due back in about a day or so. But the point being is that I've got a lot on, and I've got to get all the paperwork sorted, I've got to get staff instructions out, and I'm having to come in on Sunday to do warranty issues like those. The Mini, that's going to get done later in the week. We'll probably end up getting someone else to do that because we haven't got any of the timing kits to do it here anyway, and it's just easier. And we're so busy, we just haven't got the time to be doing it in-house. But that means we've got to book an appointment, get it in somewhere. Customers obviously chasing us. And we did have a little bit of education, should we say, of the customer. We had to educate him really about what was going on in the process. Because obviously, things go wrong, customers want action straight away. And the customer's been great in that regard. He came to us, we sorted out those main issues. But obviously he's a little bit surprised when we then ring up on the day, supposedly picking up saying, we've got another problem now, it's now doing this. He's probably peed off as well, but not as much as I am. I'm peed off as well because I didn't want that to happen. So the best thing to do then for the customer was get him in a courtesy car of some description, because I don't want him not be able to get to work, and if he's in a car, at least gives us time to sort it, because there's no way we're going to be able to get that booked in and fixed the following day. It's just not going to happen. We've got too much on ourselves. We can't do it internally ourselves without buying all the kits. We're going to have to get someone else to do it, which means making an appointment and booking, it just takes time to sort. But at least if you put the man in a courtesy car, you shouldn't have that issue. Although I've had issues in the past recently. Those who remember the Mariva man from a few weeks ago, who would not have a courtesy car off me and just kept mithering me every day to fix his car, even though I told him I need a week. And he wouldn't give me a week, he just kept coming every other day saying, is it ready, is it ready, is it ready? And ignoring what I was telling him. And I didn't want that to happen with this customer with the Mini, because he was very eager to get it back, because he had stuff he was planning to do with it. So I had to get him in the car and sort of say to him, listen, we're going to get this sorted for you. By the way, if you want a refund, we'll refund you. We're not going to put that off the table. If you want that, we can go down that route. He doesn't want that. He wants the car. Great. We'll have to sort it for you, which means you're just going to have to bear with us. I need to make a booking. I can't do it here. We're going to have to get someone else to do it. I've got you in a car. You're not stranded. You can get to work. You can get from A to B. You're all right. But you need to give me time. And if you can't give me time, you need to refund. You need to have a refund. Are you happy? Yeah, that's fine. No problem. That lasted about a day, 2 days maybe max. And then he started coming on again. And I sort of politely say, look, please, you need to, with no update. There's no update. I said I need a week. Please give me a week. Then start asking me if it's ready. By then, it's probably be ready anyway, and I'll be ringing you up in 4 or 5 days saying come and get it. But come on, please, give me the week. Give me what I asked for. You need to plan your life for the next week without a car. You've got a vehicle, you're not stranded. Plan your life without this car and leave me to get on with it. I think it then sunk in. I mean, so far we've had no contact, which is good, because I just want to be left alone to get on, fix the man's car, not be stressed, not be stressing us, because that can make mistakes, that can cause issues. We'll get the car fixed and get it back to the man. That's the plan. So that is not I've got to get on with next week. Well, I say I've got to get on with. I can't, because I'm not here. That's it's a pain, because that's the thing I'm most concerned about, because I always like to be here with warranty claims are going on, because I want to be making sure that if my guys are sorting it, we can get on it, we can get it done, sorted. I want the problem gone. It stresses me out. Or if someone else is doing it, I'm managing that problem, making sure that it is being done. I'm in contact with them. Is it ready? And I can keep the customer informed. I just want to be across these problems, because these problems slow you down and they give you a bad reputation if you don't sort them. So that's not great, but unfortunately it is what it is. I'm away and I've just got to crack on with it. The other one, the iGo, C1, whatever it is, C1, that is going to be finished today, and that'll go out on Tuesday. That's straightforward, simplistic. If we sold more iGos, C1s and 107s, we'll probably have an easier life, but I just can't buy enough of them. So unfortunately, you try your hands with some of these posher stuff, some of these more complex vehicles, and on occasion one of them will come back and basically try and empty your wallet. Such is life with cars. And just before we go, actually, just very brief though, to talk to you about warranties, because I get asked about warranties. I will do a full video on warranties at a later date, because they are particularly interesting, dealer warranties, how they work, and they're extremely complex, because there's all sorts of different avenues you can go down. It's not just as simple as you go to a company like Warranty Wise or RAC, buy a warranty, everything will be brilliant, the car goes wrong, it gets fixed, and you never have to worry about it. Trust me, it does not work like that remotely. They are particularly difficult to work with, warranty companies. And a lot of people use a warranty company that have got a better reputation, some are better than others, or people do their own warranties. Now you've got to remember, I'm dealing cars sub £5,000. So if I go and buy a warranty from X company, the half the stuff's going to be excluded from it because they go by age and mileage. So it's better for me to offer a 3-month warranty, which is what I offer on most of my vehicles, from me directly with my own pot and fund, so I can choose what gets fixed and not have to mess around with a warranty company who will try every excuse under the sun not to pay out for a claim. If a man rings me up and he's had a car for 3 weeks, I don't want him arguing with a warranty company who won't buy him a battery. I just want to go, get yourself down there, get a battery, get it fixed. And if those customers out there who bought vehicles from me before might be mentioned in the comments, this is exactly what I do. If they're far away, we just deal with it remotely, or worst case, we get it brought back in and fix it. But if they're more local, we'll get them in and fix them here. It's, for me, for the cars that I've got and dealing, it's a far better process. I could offer longer, of course I could, and maybe in the future I might look to extend that. But we are dealing in cheaper end of cars here, and I'd rather give someone a proper warranty on a car that's properly prepped, the best that can be, and stand by them, rather than offering them or trying to sell them a 6-month RAC warranty, which in reality won't cover hardly anything on the car because they're just older vehicles. Not so much on newer vehicles, they're a bit easier to deal with, warranty companies, but on older cars, they are just generally a waste of time. So that gives you a brief insight. But like I said, I'll cover that in another video. Anyway, that is enough for this video. I hope you're all having a great weekend. If you're new to the channel and like the content, do me a favour, please like and subscribe to the channel. Lots of you watch my content, but not all of you are subscribed, so I'd love to have you on my subscriber list. Make sure you get all the latest content as it lands. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.